Hello and welcome to another episode of Top Deck, the series where we take a look at some of the leading TCG deck lists. On today, we have Stephen, who managed to take second place top cut at a recent UK regional, the Stockton regional, followed by another top cut spot with the same list. So what we're going to do is we're going to take you through the list, cover the deciding strategy and the rounds that you played, and get some additional insights into how this list actually operates. So it is an Altergeist list, which means we have the typical 10 Altergeist monsters. I don't think we're going to be seeing much change from there. For hand traps, monster hand traps is just playing triple Ash Blossom. And then for the spell lineup, triple Extravagance, double Duality. That's it for the spells, just the 5. And then for traps, triple Judgment, triple Strike, triple Spoofing, double Protocol. That's one manifestation here at the end. Double Crackdown, interesting, just the 2. One Imperial Order, double Imperm, again just the 2, and then 2 compulsory evacuation devices, and then triple Evenly Matched. So that's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, we have a Borosword, Avramax, Ningirsu, Prime Banshee, Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, 1 Heater, triple Hextia, triple Linkaribo, and double Almirage. Importantly, he's gone for the large count of monsters that you actually need to be able to keep in order for your Meliseek to resolve. For the side deck, there's 1 Pancratops, triple Lancia. This is interesting because we've seen Lancia really go out of fashion since Orcus got hit. Then triple Border, triple Mystic Mine, triple Summon Limit, and double Heavy Storm Duster. That's very typical backer removal for this list. So let's go on to the siding strategy then. So against Spiral, which is obviously the key meta contender that you have to deal with, for going first, obviously you put in the Inspector Borders and then also the Summon Limits, and to accommodate those you're taking out the Evenly Matched, the Impermanences, and 1 Ash Blossom, which seems pretty reasonable given that Ash isn't super impactful in this matchup. Going second, he's opting to put in the Lanciers and the Mystic Mines. Mines obviously baiting an interruption at least, and the Lanciers really shutting them down if they can't resolve any of their traps. Against Hero, very similar to Spiral, you just put everything in exactly the same way. And then for Salamangrate, for going first, it's the same as Spiral, but for going second, you don't really want the Lanciers because they don't have any impacts here, so you put in the Pancratops instead, and triple Mystic Mine. Then taking out the Imperial Order, Crackdown, and 1 Evenly. They're going to be able to out your Imperial Order anyway with Foxy, so it doesn't seem like it's that good of an effect. And then for Guru or Altergeist Mirrors, you have the Inspector Borders and Dusters for going first. And going second is pretty much the same, you just change your side outs because instead of having more resources to set up, you want more resources to out the board. But ultimately, the removal that you're putting in is going to matter in both cases. If we take a look at the rounds that you played, so in the first event, the Stockton Regional, he ended up going X1 and taking second place spot, only losing in the final round to Hero. So he played against Phantasm Spiral at 2-0, ABC 2-0, Mekk-Knight Invoked. This is actually becoming a really popular choice and breaking into talk quite a lot. He still went 2-0 here though. Lair Infonoid 2-0, True King Dinosaur 2-0, Spiral 2-1, obviously putting up slightly more of a fight because, Spiral is a slightly more challenging deck to face. And then in the final round, going up against Hero, as I said, and losing this one 1-2, unfortunately. For the second event, only 5 rounds in this one, and he ended up with an X11 score. Still top 8 though. So Salamangrate, Trains, and Lunalight being the wins. Spiral is the draw here, and then Spiral is also the loss. So just losing that final round, unfortunately. And then in terms of additional insights, so the deck is obviously built to go first, as it is an Altergeist list. They don't really have much variation there. In terms of the hardest matchups, he says probably Spiral, because if they win the die roll, it's really hard to deal with, especially even if they don't win the die roll, they also have cards like Agent and Tough, which pop all of your back row or just bait your cards. And Resort also stops a lot of the Altergeist cards because they do have to target. In terms of free matchups for this deck, he says other slow rogue decks that he's played against quite a lot. At the first regional, things like ABC or Invoked, they're just a little bit too slow to keep up with this deck. So you can normally snowball ahead and take the win from there. In terms of changes, there's nothing that you can really think of after both the regionals because usually he lost due to being in time from longer games or misplays, so the actual consistency of the deck seems absolutely fine already. As for whether he'd play it in the future, he says yeah, he'd probably play it for future regionals and YCS Utrecht unless he decides that he can do better with a different deck. As for shoutouts, huge shoutouts go to Ninja Cake Cards, as always, which is where he gets all of his cards from, to his friends Jara, Luke, Connor, James, and Josh. So thanks very much for coming on, Stephen, and sharing this list with us. What do you guys think about this Altergeist list? Are there any changes that you would make? Let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next video.